Now, hello and welcome to Cedric's introduction character to Star Wars New Balance. I am going to do a DM session for this, mainly just to figure out if I've got all my recording settings correct. Um, this hopefully will not take very long. I'm just looking to test some stuff here and go over Cedric's introduction to the Star Wars galaxy. Welcome, Cedric.
Yay. Hey, how are you doing, Gio?
Doing well. All right, so without any further delay, let's go ahead and get down to business. We are going to start a. It is a stereotypical day on just like any other day on MS-06, also known as Mass Station 06. You have been working on this station for a little over a year now, and you're very clever at what you do. For one, you have a frontman named Marcus who does most of the dealing and collecting cash and making sure that your name doesn't get out into the general public, as a good information broker is to do. You also have a bodyguard, or should I say, had. This particular bodyguard, a Dewutin called Bashan, as you recently discovered, has gone behind your back on collecting cash from an informant and has decided to skim some money off the top for you. Well, from you, not for you. Now,
Unfortunately. If you'd done it
unfortunately,
for me, I would have been fine.
now you've had problems with this bodyguard in the past before. For one, he doesn't do his job very well. He mainly uses his size to intimidate people. He's kind of a dick. And when I say kind of, I mean you bought him because he's a dick.
hmm
And he is always known for his shit eating grin that even when he's in trouble, never leaves his face. Even when somebody's screaming at the top of his lungs at him, he never loses that shit eating grin of his. You decide to go ahead and have a sit down meeting with this man, well, DeWooten. The problem is he doesn't sit. He stands towering above you as he thinks there's nothing you could do to him at this point. As the door opens leading the DeWooten in, you hear the thunderous footsteps of what can only be described as a 600-pound monster storming his way in, wearing a bodyguard uniform, once again with that shit-eating grin, his voice rumbling and echoing throughout the entire room.
What you need from me, boss?
Good morning, Deshaun. Um, I don't really think there's a good way to do this, but you're fired.
I'm sorry, what?
Tara will look up from the datapad she's scrawling on, and she has an affectation, those sunglasses in her picture. She's normally wearing them just as, even if it's a cloudy day, she normally has something to cover her eyes, almost like a shield between her and the rest of the world. Just kind of puts them down to the end of her nose, leans over her desk, and says, "You're fired. I'm sorry, I cannot abide someone stealing from my organization, especially as small as we are. And that's it. Please take your things and go."
Now hold on there, boss lady. How do you know I'm stealing from you and it ain't your Plutonian frontman up there?
Sean, two of the people who work with me are very smart. One of them is not. And given that you used my computer systems to try and steal this money, computer systems which I very, very much keep track of, I think I know who's stealing from me. You didn't cover your tracks very
It was 1,000 credits. You made over 10,000 just from making the deal. didn't think you'd miss it all that much, nor did I think you'd be such a pain in the ass about it.
Deshaun, how much money do I pay you?
About 5,000 credits a month.
Yes, so you decided to take 20% of your monthly allowance as drug on an organization where I pay you reasonably well. In a galactic standard year, that's 60,000 credits. That's middle of the road, especially for a criminal organization like ours, but let's say I do, and she gestures into the air, 1,000,000 credits worth of business every year. You get 60,000 of that. How much do you think I spend to get the information that I acquire, Deshaun?
Deshaun kind of crosses his arms and doesn't lose that smile, but he doesn't answer because you don't even have to guess that he's too stupid to figure that out.
In order to turn a profit, I have to work with very thin margins. I may make a million credits every year, but enough of that goes out to the people who I actually have to use to get this information, the tools I need to hack into systems, which are unfortunately most often one-time use items that are costly because they have to be effective and untraceable. And I have to make sure that my employees are well compensated for the danger that they're being put in. Anyone who takes from that isn't just cheating me, they're cheating my whole organization. And on one deal, yes, it was only 10,000 credits, and you took 1,000 of that. You took 10% of a deal. A full 10% that could have gone towards the next mission, to line your own pockets, which are not entirely without money. Perhaps if you'd told me you needed a raise, I would have been more accommodating. But you chose this path. And this path leads to your dismissal. Now please close the door on your way out.
As is customary of Deshaun at this point, he doesn't get angry. He doesn't even look like he's all that pissed. Still with the biggest shit-eating grin on his face, he looks at you and says,
Good luck surviving without me.
and with that, he turns, walks away, the door opens, closes behind him, and Deshaun, one of the worst bodyguards that has ever existed, is gone forever.
Thank goodness. Marcus, would you mind getting in here?
The door opens again, and much smaller than the rest of his people, and much closer to having puppy dog eyes than the bulldog race should ever have, comes in. Well, I'm not sorry to see him go. I'm not even sorry to see him leave. I just wish he wouldn't shake the damn desk every time he walked by.
Well, there's very much we can't do about DeWootens, but he won't be gracing our doorstep ever again. Could you please put a black mark on him to know that he is an unreliable source and to spread the word throughout our network so no one makes contact?
Oh, I don't think that'll be a problem. It's not exactly a big secret that he's a giant pain in the ass, but I shall do as you say, ma'am.
It's more of a courtesy than anything. Remember, there are pains in the ass that we can work with. He's just one we can.
I know, I happen to be one of them. But I understand why we need to make sure that this particular pain in the ass is dealt with accordingly.
Well, I appreciate it. Marcus, I had an appointment on my books that I don't remember scheduling. Would you mind telling me about it?
You see, I was hoping that we could take care of this while Deshaun was still here, but this one's a little concerning, ma'am.
Do tell. Normally, you're a little less concerned.
And normally I have every right to be, since everyone on MSO6 knows my name for various reasons. But for this particular reason, they didn't ask for me. They asked for you specifically. Now, you would know, based upon the information that Marcus just gave you, this is not okay. Like, someone should not be able to ask for you, the actual information broker, specifically. They should ask for Marcus.
Mm-hmm.
What and your knowledge after being an information broker for a year would tell you this is a power play, and it's a particularly scary one.
Someone found me. I don't like that.
Exactly.
Marcus, please stay in the room for this meeting. And if you wouldn't mind having the assistant droid send the next person in.
Of course. And he kind of taps his headset. You can go ahead and let them in now. The door opens for the third time. And in walks in a rather nasty looking protocol droid. You've seen plenty of droids on MSO6. This one looks, I wouldn't even use the word dirty. It doesn't look correct. The joints look off. There are wires scattered everywhere. It doesn't move like a regular protocol droid. It just moves. There's something definitely not right about this.
Tara has a habit where she likes to twirl a stylus in between her fingers, and as soon as she sees the droid, you just see it stop. Sets it down on the desk very carefully. Crosses her arms, putting her chin on her fingers, and says, I don't like dealing with intermediaries.
The robot, which sounds even worse than it looks, as this particular droid has, you can tell, even with the modifications that it's had, this thing moves in such a way that it was designed to piss off anybody that it comes in contact with. Because it doesn't act with the grace of a protocol droid. It acts like a disheveled drunk.
Great, we found the anti-C3PO.
I am here to represent a particular client. We are seeking the finest assassin you know.
You are aware I'm an information broker. I don't do assassination.
Correct. But we are looking for discretion in this time. We figured that you would at least have one that you could reach out to.
You're better off reaching out to the Bounty Hunters Guild. I'm sure you've already done that, so why did they turn you away?
I reiterate the need for discretion.
Who am I going to be working for? Like I said, I don't like working through intermediaries, and you've already made quite the faux pas by finding me instead of my man.
That information is not available at this time. We need an assassin that you know of.
Is not available at this time? At what point will the information be given?
Depends on how well the job goes. We may hire you for additional contracts.
Standard fee applies?
We are willing to double the original fee.
Nastara taps her fingers on her desk, thinking, gives a look over to Marcus and says, send them to the Bowman.
After kind of looking in sheer terror at how this thing moves and acts, Marcus kind of looks, the Bowman? You sure?
They want the best we've got. I'm not sending them the Pyromaniac. I'm sending the Bowman.
Very well, ma'am. Would you like their contact information? Would you like us to schedule a meeting?
Oh, no. Bowman's coming here. We are all going to sit down and have a lovely chat. Because I'm going to learn more about this mission. Is that acceptable to your employer? She says, this time turning to the protocol droid.
That is not. We simply requested that you give us your best assassin, not that you be in the room when we speak to them.
Well, I'm changing the articles of the deal, given that you've already fucked up. At this point, Lestar is going to click a tool on her desk, and the door will close and lock.
The droid does not react to this at all. The droid doesn't even really look concerned. To be fair, CPO or C3PO droids, protocol droids, don't really look much anything, period. So,
is your employer aware of what I do, droid?
Negative. We were informed that you knew someone who could complete the task we require.
Oh, good. I'm going to have fun with this. See, I'm sure you're aware, just because of how information flows in this galaxy, all droids are hooked into some sort of wireless network, a wireless relay, if you will, which relays their commands all over the galaxy, including firmware updates and software updates, which means you're connected to your employer, whether they know it or not. And they've left fingerprints on you, haven't they? So if you don't want me to find out who your employer is, you're going to see it in this room, you're going to talk with the Bowman, and you're going to tell me about this mission. Or you're never going to report to your employer again.
As you make all of these threats, and they're much more promises considering your particular talent, the protocol droid's chest opens up, and 3 thermal detonators begin to arm.
Marcus, unlock the door and put the building on lockdown. It looks like I have work to do.
Marcus is frantically panting. This was not what they signed up for at all. And Marcus goes, right, do I stay in here, or do I,
No, Marcus, please run. If anyone's going to be destroyed, it's probably going to be me. You know this door is blast-proof. You could please send in... Actually, I don't think we have anyone on staff besides me who's equipped for bombs, so just run.
Noted, ma'am. And Marcus takes off like the bat out of hell, drops the data pad, and just runs.
Mm-hmm.
The robot speaks up again. This unit was designed to not let any information that my employers wish to be exposed. Please give us the name of the assassin, and I will disarm the thermal detonators.
You've already been given the assassin's name if you were careful enough to listen.
I do not know how to contact this Bowman. Give me the contact information, and I will disarm the thermal detonators.
Well, let's see how this works. And Listara will push her glasses back up onto her nose. She will stride over to the protocol droid, and you will watch as her hand, which looks perfectly natural, splits down the middle finger to reveal a data jack, and she's going to jack straight into the droid's cortex.
Okay, go ahead and make a computers check. Actually, no, this will be a mechanics check. 2 purple, 1 red. And go ahead and add a blue, because this isn't the first time you've been threatened with death.
1 red, 2 purple, 1 blue.
So,
Yeah.
as you push the head of the droid down... I just realized I had the voice on the entire time. I apologize.
It's fine, dude.
I'm gonna have to get used to switching this thing off and on. As you push the head, that's exactly what I'm trying to do here. As you push the head down, the jack comes out of your arm, and stabs directly into the brain of the protocol droid. Information starts to get derived and decoded, and very, very quickly, the word Chiss is repeated over and over again, along with upcoming war, sabotage, and destruction. After about 30 seconds of this fury of information that comes to you, the droid deactivates. The thermal detonators stop.
Well, that was about as enlightening as a fresh pot of spit. Marcus, please come back in here.
You hear from down the hall, I don't wanna.
Marcus, it's safe. The thermal detonators have... And she literally pauses for 5 seconds to double check that they're off. Yes, they're safe.
The door opens for a 5th time. You see Marcus's head do that, do the little head tilt through the door thing. Are you sure?
And she's literally just tossing one in her hands. Ah, reasonably.
Okay. That was... I think I'm with Deshawn. I think I'm gonna request early retirement here.
Take the rest of the day, Marcus.
This
has been quite an interesting one.
Do you need anything else before I go, ma'am?
No, just make sure the appointment droid knows the rest of the day, and you're clear.
Yes. The other droid. I suddenly have a fear of droids. I now know why the Clone Wars was such a bad thing. And he just kind of, with his hands up, just frilly, just kind of walks out the door.
Lestara immediately dumps the recorded information into her neural recorder. It might be too big to contain it, but she at least will put the Chiss upcoming war and whatever schematics she can find are deep into the neural recorder for easy access.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to look back and, with the 3 deactivated detonators on her desk, activate the droid again.
The droid begins to boot up again. Self-destructs. Missing components.
Are we ready to play again?
You took away my self-destruct sequence.
I took away part of your leverage. Now we're on a more even footing. I don't need to know who your employer is, but you do need to sit down and meet this person, so I know what mission I'm going to be sending them on. I work with information. The more I have, the better your job goes.
We were unwise to believe that you would be a simple go-to person.
If you want simple, go to the Hutts. I work in small scale.
Obviously, not small enough. Very well. While I am not authorized to give this information in front of you, I will at least meet with your assassin.
All right. Lestara will take about 5 minutes to put out a call to the Bowman and set an appointment, because they're probably not on MSO6 right now.
So you send out a call. The information that you got from the droid's head, did you store that on your computer, or did you store that in your neural recorder?
Directly in my neural recorder.
Okay, so none of it went to your computer.
That's correct.
Got
It's all in my head.
So you send out the message, and about 15 minutes later, you get a basically a voice call. Well, a hologram projection call from Bowman.
Sorry about that. I'm back.
No. You get a hollow message. Well, a call is coming in on the holovid from Bowman.
Tara will easily accept it.
The room begins to darken, and the middle of the room, the HoloNet comes up, and up comes a picture of Bowman. What does Bowman look like?
Bowman is a Wookiee, hence his name. He uses a bowcaster.
Okay. A Wookiee assassin.
Black Chrysanthemum is not the only outcast out there.
Of all the places I thought this campaign was going to go. Anyway, so this Wookiee is unlike the many counterparts of the different Wookiees, where some have darker hair, some have browner hair. This one has a particularly almost red stripe going straight down his center. While not as big as Chewbacca or definitely the Gladiator, he is still a motherfucking Wookiee and knows how to tear limbs. The video...
Lysara sets up the auto-translate function because she doesn't speak Shriwook.
The visual, or the audio translator kicks on. Bowman sees this, presses a button to do translate for themselves. It's not like you to call me in the middle of a job. I'm guessing it's important.
I'm not recalling you, but I have another job. This one directly from an employer. Don't ask me why I'm the intermediary. I honestly have no idea.
I was about to say, that's not your job. Your job was to give me information if I was to go someplace.
They bypassed Marcus. And, I won't say they tried to kill me, but they did a damn good job.
How's that?
She just holds out 3 thermal detonators like, you tell me.
Oh, you, and immediately turns to whoever else is in the room and kind of finds the droid. Oh, you done fucked up.
Marcus has an early day, so I'm handling the rest of the appointments for this one. So I need you to speak with this droid. I'll set up a privacy screen for part of it, but I just need to know the details of the job so I can help you complete it. So I'll leave you to be for a moment, but Bowman, we'll talk later.
Of course. I'm guessing I'm going to be dealing with this asshole here who just tried to kill one of my favorite information brokers.
Well, I'm the information broker you've worked with. Don't lump us all together. We're not all nice and sparkly like me.
Sparkly is one way to put it. I'll see you in a minute, Tara.
Lysara will go and activate her privacy screen so that she can not quite read lips, but she can't hear exactly what they're talking about, but she's not on the call, so to speak.
You can tell that there is some conversation going on between the droid and Bowman. It takes about 10 minutes for the entire contract to be paid out, or to be played out. Bowman looks at you, waves to lift the privacy screen.
I do.
All right. Contract's done. You're still a piece of shit for trying to get her involved like this. The droid shrugs and just deactivates again. And instead of the deactivation that you had when you jacked into its head, this time it falls and clumps onto the ground, and you can just see all the joints just start to tear itself apart.
Kara just puts her forehead in her hands. It's like, I need to pay a bonus to the janitor, because I'm not touching that.
I wouldn't touch that either.
Oh, boy. So what am I looking at, Bowman?
What do you know about Lothal?
Hey DM, what do I know about Lethal?
Not much. Any information that's on Lothal is almost non-existent. Um, the little bit of information that you have is that it is a habitable planet. It does have breathable oxygen. The atmosphere is comfortable. But why anybody would need an assassin to go there? It's not even a good hiding spot. You have no idea why.
I relay that to Bowman, and I'm just like, look, I'm in the dark on this one, so you know that's not where I like to operate. Tell you what, how about I go do some recon for you, and see what I can get you boots on the ground.
You would go there yourself? I mean, it would probably just make as much sense for me to go by myself.
Oh, remember, Bowman, my job is to give you information on the layout of what you're going into, and if you don't know what you're walking into, that's more likely to get you killed. Like you, I pay you, I make sure you come back alive. So this time, I'm going to head out alone. I'm going to leave Marcus behind to handle the rest of the dealings. He'll be able to put out the rest of the information on the web, make sure the assistant droid forwards all the calls. But yes, it looks like I'm going to go for the first time, and she shivers as if saying some dirty words. She says, into field work.
There's another thing that you should probably know before you go, Sarah.
Sarah looks up, one eyebrow quirked.
I've already received payment. They paid in advance.
Huh. That's unusual.
Yeah.
No confirmation of kill?
Apparently not. They also want me to go pick something up before I take care of the dirty deed. But attorney and not attorney, client privilege and all that.
Understood. I suppose I could find out, but it's really not worth the effort at this point. You've already been paid, so you don't need to be too worried about it. I'll go forth a standard consulting fee and make sure that you're compensated. But yeah, I'm going because this is absolutely unprecedented.
In my experience, Lestara, when someone pays in advance, they don't really care if you kill the target or not. It's about sending a message. Keep that in mind.
Well, I'll make sure I'm not in the crosshairs, but looks like you need some legwork done. And right now, I'm the only person who knows about the job, so in order to keep... What's the old saying? Two and keep it secret if one is dead?
Not much of a secret if only one person knows about it. Either that or it's the greatest secret on the planet. Take your pick.
Well, on this point, I'm hoping it's a secret that keeps me alive, because at this point I need it. So I'll just take... I knew I bought a spaceship for a reason, but I'd hoped to never use it. God damn it, I hate flying.
Oh yeah, you bought that new all hopped up speeder, didn't you?
Yeah, it was intended to be a gift for Marcus, but I guess I'm gonna have to take it for a test drive.
I'm sure Marcus... No, actually, I take that back. Marcus will be pissed, but I'm sure they'll eventually get over it.
Probably. We'll see. In the meantime, and she shivers again, I have work to do.
Understood. I'll catch you later, Tara. And with that, he clicks off the message.
I feel like at that point, Tara just kind of goes through the motions of whatever other appointments she has for the day. Probably completes a little bit more hacking to kind of get her mind off of it, and so she actually feels like she's accomplished something, and then immediately will go to this new G1A starfighter she had intended to give to her second in command and start making her way towards Lothal, because fuck this shit.
So, as you make your way to your new starship, Echo, the portmaster, meets you out front. Well, ain't she a thing of beauty? Oh, Tara, I didn't think you were going to be here today.
I had no plans of it. Echo, how's she look?
Oh, well, you want my opinion? She's probably the best starship we got here on MS-06, but that's just my opinion.
It cost me a pretty penny, but she was worth it. it looks like I might need to take it for a spin rather sooner than I'd anticipated.
Wait a minute, I thought you bought this for Marcus.
So did I, Echo. So did I.
Oh,
But I have a job, and I gave Marcus the... Well, at this point, I think I'm giving Marcus the week off.
Oh man, did a meeting go that bad? You could have told us. We would have helped you out.
I know, Echo. And she reaches up, kind of gives him a pat on the shoulder. I know, Echo. But this is one of those where the client is being absolutely secretive, and unfortunately, they're dealing through an intermediary, which means it's one step removed and that much harder to hack, and you know how crazy it gets with the systems. It's not worth finding out immediately, but if this goes as bad as I hope it doesn't, oh, I'm going to be tearing some computers a new set of ports.
Well, you know we've always got your back here on MS06. So if this thing goes shit sideways, I'm expecting you to give me a call so I can help you out. You know that now.
She waves her data pad with Echo's contact information displaying directly on the front, and being like, "Trust me, I'm not doing this with anything less than the best caution I can think of, which is probably less than I should have, but I'm taking a new ship that was supposed to be for my employee, and I'm going on a dangerous mission. Yay!"
Did you at least bring a blaster with you?
Tara opens, and at this point you notice that she's a little more well-equipped than you thought. She has her cloaking coat on, which is transmitting out to... She still looks like a normal person to eyes.
To eyes, but
anything
cameras, she's got a fucked up face. I know how
Yeah,
cloaks.
she's a blur.
Yeah, I know how those
She
work.
pulls out, and you see the heavy blaster on one and the small slug thrower on the other hip is like, never go anywhere without these two.
So Echo kind of looks at the two blasters, and he kind of chuckles to himself. Have you ever fired those?
Once at... Look, it was a long time ago, okay?
Echo kind of puts both of his hands up and goes, I'm just saying, if you're going to go into that field work, you might want to get some practice rounds in. If you go talk to the old Forge Master, I'm sure she can set up a target for you before you go.
Oh, I'm gonna just embarrass myself, and she already laughs at me enough as she is. Says information isn't warfare. But, oh, you're probably right, Echo. Oh.
I go talk to the Forge Master, have her set up a target for you. I'll get the ship prepped, and I'll leave you something on the ship special, alright?
You're a peach, Echo. Remind me to get you some Melu runs next time they're in season.
Just give me a couple of Corellian whiskey bottles, and we'll call it even.
I think I can do... Actually, I think there's a couple on the ship already. They were in... No, those are for Marcus. Okay, stop. Gotta stop playing fast and loose with the rules. Okay, I'm gonna go talk to the Forge Master.
You got it. And Echo goes onto the ship, and he kind of looks at all of his droids and goes, all right, boys, we got work to do. And all the droids begin to kind of move in and start, doing their own things. It takes you about 10 minutes to get to the Forge Master's shop. As you walk in, the very, very dark storefront. Last time you were here, the Forge Master did not install any lights. You're back here again. She still has not installed any lights. It is dark, and it is very, very scary in here. But as you look around, you see all kinds of armor, all kinds of weapons, just about everything you can think of. The only bit of light that comes from this store is from the forge itself, womaned by the Forge Master.
She doesn't have a colloquial name. She's always just been called Forge Master, right?
She has a name. She has not given it to anybody here on the station.
Yeah, that's kind of what I figured. Tara will knock on one of the unoccupied spaces on the wall, kind of announce her presence without trying to, sneak up on the heavily armed and dangerous person.
As you do, she immediately, she's hammering something, and you hear the giant king. And as you knock, she drops the hammer instantly, pulls out a blaster, aims it directly at where you knocked, but is not looking.
Forge Master, please don't shoot the wall.
What are you doing in my shop, Tara?
So I've had a really bad day, but I need target practice.
The Forge Master just kind of looks at you and looks back, looks at you. You need target practice.
Like I said, I've had a really bad day, but I apparently need to go into the field, and Echo rightly said that I haven't fired a shot in about 6 years? So, yeah, I'm lucky if I could hit the broadside of a star.
She just drops her expression. She looks up. All right, come on. And she drops everything. She puts the blaster back in, and she, does a little hand wave to have you walk to the back of the store.
Tara will follow and look at what is being forged, just like, isn't that important?
You look inside, and you can't quite make it out, but it kind of looks like a shield plate. It might be a Rancor on the side of it. And she looks she looks back and she goes, that's going to set for another 15, 20 minutes. I'm making that special for someone. Don't worry about it. Just follow me.
Okay. Tara immediately doesn't quite lose interest, but is like, this is none of my fucking business. I don't need to know.
So you come to the back, and this isn't exactly a legal gun range. This isn't even a this isn't even a backyard range. This is a very small room that appears to be laser proof. And she goes, "All right. You see that little circle that I have right there? And you see
I mean the one that Yeah, that one, the very tiny one about 600 yards away, that one?
It's not 600. The room's not even 600 yards away." And she walks up to it, and she kind of knocks on it, and you see it's not 600 yards. It's closer like 100 feet.
Ara thinks she is a hyperbole when it comes to her own capability with firearms. She feels very comfortable with a computer screen. Not so good with real world.
So she goes, "All right. This entire wall was made to absorb blaster fire. I use it in order to test some of the weapons that I make. I cut this circle to give myself something to aim at. Shouldn't be too hard. Just point and shoot."
Tara picks out the blaster that she had picked out to try and look intimidating. It's way too big for what she should actually be using it for, but it looks like a hand cannon, and I'm not even going to roll for it. She's just going to miss the first 3 shots she fires.
So in succession, and all 3 shots, one goes to midnight, another one is at 5 o'clock, and the last one's at 9. And all 3 shots are outside the circle.
Yeah, that's about what I expected.
Jesus, you really are bad at this.
I'm a computer person.
Then why are you going in the field?
I do not shoot people. I tell people to shoot people.
And you're going in the field why?
I didn't really have that much of a choice, I suppose. God damn it, I could have hired somebody.
Yeah, you could have, and yet you made this decision on your own. God. And she goes,
It was
okay.
impulsive. It was... Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Okay. Calm down. Look. You know how guys have that thing between their legs?
The one that you hit him in the beans and it makes him fall down? Yeah, I like that part.
Like how? Wait, not the point. I was told that when you aim, especially for a first timer, if you have that, you want to act like you're aiming with it. That's the best way you're going to get the laser to go exactly where you want it. So square up your body. She kind of grabs your shoulders and moves you to be square with the target. Bend your knees a little bit. Now aim with your thing and aim straight down the hole. Go ahead and make a ranged combat check. 2 purple. Actually, no, I take that back. 1 purple and add 2 blue because I want to.
I mean, technically that succeeds, but not very well.
So, with the triumph and the 2 advantages, you don't know why she decided to describe shooting as in shooting with a penis, but
Yeah.
you figured that you might as well give it a shot. She obviously knows more than you. And sure enough, straight down the center, right in the middle, bullseye. I'll go ahead and play this. Boing! And it immediately hits the middle of the target. I know it's weird that I told you that, but every time I've told somebody to do that, they've always gotten a bullseye.
I mean, that is kind of helpful. Unnecessarily sexual, but really helpful. So I take it as good advice.
Look, you're the one who made it sexual way before I did by saying that you like them, but we're not going to go into that.
It's
Are
like
you-
getting punched in the boob, Forge Master. It sucks.
Yeah, sucks for them. Anyway, is there anything else you need help with?
Well, and she pulls out her slug thrower. I also have this in case of real bad emergencies. I figured I might as well get some practice with that.
Well, go ahead. Same thing as before. Go ahead and make the exact same roll.
Alrighty.
So once again, not nearly as good as before. As a matter of fact, this shot aims a little bit closer to 7 o'clock than it did straight on the bullseye. But even then, we're talking about an inch apart.
Yeah. I mean, this is a slug thrower, so it has kick, whereas the blaster wouldn't, so that I think would account for it.
Mm-hmm.
So, yes. Good advice. And immediately you see Tara flick out the cylinder, replace the spent bullet, and click it back. And shakily, like, she hasn't done this very well. She's practiced reloading it a couple times, but she hasn't really done the whole quick draw thing, so it's like it takes her about a minute and a half to actually get it situated back where she likes it.
As you're trying to put it away and as you're trying to look cool, the Forge Master kind of looks at you and goes, "Look at the handle, look at the holster, put the tip, use your finger, guide it in, and then lock it in place."
I don't like this. I'm much better at computers.
Well, you're the one who signed up for this, so at least you...
Yeah, don't remind me. I gave my assistant the day off. He deserved it. But, yeah, it's been a rough day.
Don't need to argue with me. But at least with this, in case of emergencies, and by God, do not shoot at someone unless it's an emergency. You should at least be able to hit your target point mass.
That's the goal. I really hope I don't have to use it, though. I'm literally just going down there to help put some footwork in for somebody. So hopefully I can just record what I see, send back visuals, give a little bit of local color, and then I can just port back home and be none the wiser. Good gravy, why did I do this?
You're the one who chose to do this. Don't look at me.
Oh,
Any
I'm not.
Any idea how long you're
Yeah,
going to be
but-
gone?
Well, it's Lothal. I don't remember the exact travel time, but a while?
So the estimated travel time is at least a week.
Mhm.
But you don't exactly know where you're going because it's fucking Lothal, so it may take
Yes.
longer.
Let's say a month at the earliest. I'll be back.
All right, if you say so.
Well,
Now get out of my store.
thank. I feel like Wastara would leave a couple credits if she has any on the counter, just as
You
a
leave,
token
you
of
leave
good
like
faith.
you leave like 100 credits.
Yeah. Just as a token of good faith, like.
but
This
she's
was out of the kindness of someone's heart,
but she still shushes you out of the door.
oh yeah, she's still hustling me out the door.
Exactly.
All right, so I'll go back to Echo. With a couple bottles of my stash of Corellian whiskey, not the stuff I was gonna give to Marcus, but a couple bottles because, well, he's always done good work for me.
Of
Might as well
course.
reward it.
So as Echo's kind of finishing up and he's going, "Yeah, put the converter into the top port. We need to make sure this thing runs smoothly." Ah, Tara, you didn't have to bring them right before you left. You could have brought them when you were done.
It's gonna be a while, Echo. I just looked at and ran some astrogation, and it's a long trek, longer than I'd actually anticipated. So Marcus is gonna be making a couple more decisions than not anticipate, more decisions than I thought, but he's gonna be in charge for a little longer than usual.
Oh, I see. Well, regardless, I appreciate the gift up front, and I certainly will take it. Me and my boys are gonna have some fun tonight. But
Don't give
you
it to
did
the
not.
droids.
No. I did that once, and let's just say
Oh,
I
remember
am
that.
paid the
That was
price.
a really fun night.
No, it
Very,
wasn't. I had to
very
repair
fun.
them all.
But it was really funny when they tried it with the flamethrower.
You and I have very different definitions of fun, there, ma'am.
To be fair, they were torching the Minox. The Minox being on fire was hilarious.
Yeah, you're not the one who had to pay for it. Give me the damn bottles. Get on your ship.
Vistara, just cackling, goes onto the ship and starts making preparations for launch.
So as you make your way to the cockpit, there is a small box, and on top of the box is written the words "From Echo."
I open the box.
As you open the box, you see a brand new. I'm trying to think of the exact serial number. Help me out. What is Boba Fett's carbine's number?
Oh. I actually don't know that one, but I know the exact gun you're talking about.
Okay.
I'll look it up.
Yeah.
Fast.
So that particular carbine, and on the inside the box, it says it's old but it's reliable. Take care of it. It doesn't take long to figure it out. This is actually Echo's rifle.
Oh boy. I will, I suppose, add that to my inventory, because, damn.
You pick it up, it's way heavy. It's heavier than even with your gear loader and stuff like that. You do not have enough encumbrance to keep it to carry it. You would basically have to dump everything and take the carbine
It stays
with
on
you.
the ship until absolutely necessary.
Exactly.
It is a backup weapon.
So, with that, your ship begins to lift, and you head out of the mass space station. You find the nearest hyperlane, and you jump. And that is where we're going to end our introduction session.
Welcome to Tara, everybody. She's kind of a mess.
Yeah, I see we have quite an audience. You all can unmute yourselves now if you want.
I mean, I was enjoying listening.
No, please. You guys were invited, so please feel free. That's
I
Tara.
was just playing some Fallout and having some background noise.
Yeah, I'm playing in Arceus and the same.
Did everybody
So-
hear the soundboard out of curiosity?
Yes.
I did. I personally, I don't know how you guys feel, but I kind of loved it.
Oh, I fucking love it.
It's gonna take some fine tuning, but yeah.
Look, I'm still getting
Oh, yeah.
used to this, and it's going to take me a hot minute to get everything the way I want it. But I was just curious if you guys found this interesting at all.
Yeah.
I loved the fact that it added like sound effects and ambiance. So I loved the immersion effect.
That's what I was hoping to go for. Okay, well, that ends Tara's introduction scene, or introduction session. Cedric, is there anything we didn't get to that you need to get to?
No, I think we covered pretty much everything for Tara. She got to look like a badass. She got to look a little bit like a wreck. You got to see her at literally a high and a low. So I think that's about all I can give you on that character.
Okay. If that's the case, then we're pretty much done with that part of it. This is my question for everybody else. I've got, how long? About an hour and a half before I at least have an idea that I'm supposed to be at dinner. Is everybody just tuning in just to listen and have fun? Does anybody want to go over some character stuff? That's completely open to the group right now.
I mean,
just-
yeah, there you go.
I was just listening in. I know Kate wanted to go over her.
No, I just need to choose my stuff from my trees.
Yeah, she just needs to spend her 100 XP. So that's.
Now is as good a time as any because we're all on. We can help you build and we can help you figure out what you're doing.
The only thing is I don't want to constrain anybody. Like, look, we're gonna do the session 0 right fucking now. But it's more of a matter of if you guys have the time and you guys have the inclination, and if you want to, we can get some stuff done now, or we can wait till Monday. It's completely up to you guys.
My vote would be let's get stuff done because I miss these characters. I want to play with you guys Monday, and I don't hate session 0. But if we're all here, we might as well try to knock some stuff out.
Well, technically, Cedric, you're already done. So until your character comes back in, you don't really have anything.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
So that leaves it to Javen, Kate, and Ed. What do you guys want to do?
I mean, whatever. I'm down for whatever.
Like I said, I've got nothing. I've already spent my XP. Just, I guess go with everything I got and wait till session 0. Or Kate, it's up to you, honestly.
I don't like this pressure.
No. You can say no.
About to say,
You can say no.
if you say no, we're all good. Everything can be covered on Monday. It does not. You do not have to bow to anybody.
Also, here's the thing. Even if you did want to, and you did want to do something now, I'm just chilling. Everyone here is just chilling. There's no pressure.
Exactly. This isn't like,
would
let's
you
get
like-
shit done. It's would you like to
Yeah.
talk about some things?
Yeah, we're not pressuring anybody to do anything. We're all just fucking hanging out. But if some shit gets done while we're
Absolutely.
hanging out- If some shit gets done while we're hanging out, there's no problems with it, but there's no pressure to do anything while we're here.
Plus, I do have some questions for not necessarily character creation wise, but more is what would you guys like to have done for the past 6 months character stuff?
I mean, I would be interested to hear that. I mean, without metagaming, I'm interested to see what you
give me a
guys are
second.
up to. Because, let's be real, I just fucking love this. I love this campaign. I like having a new character in it. I'm gonna miss Tulkria out the ass, but
Well, if
I mean, Kate and Ed said hang on, so they're doing something. But,
Yeah.
You're good.
Oh, okay. So I think the only thing that I still have left to do, like I still have to spend my 100 XP. I know obviously that I'm gonna go see my lady,
Mm-hmm.
And maybe even take her back with us, depending on what she wants to do. Um, uh, Kate, you said you still have to spend your 100 XP. Do you have any kind of like idea on like the direction you're going with it?
She's washing her hands right now.
Okay. I'm just trying to make sure I'm not stepping on any toes, because like if she's gonna go like full blown like mechanic, scrapper, inventor, then I'll ease up on my mechanics. I'll just be good enough to at least help. Um. Yeah. So I guess I just need to know what direction people are going, so I don't step on anyone's toes.
Well, last time we spoke, I think Kate really wanted to go into Frontline Brawler. And I know that I talked to her about the combat wrench idea that I had.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, if she's going more combat, then I might. Hmm. I don't know. There's so many ways Cider could go.
Don't feel too pressed into mechanics. Tara has mechanical knowledge. It's not her area of expertise, but she does have a base understanding, so she can act as kind of like a surrogate mechanical person. But it's definitely something like it's not her forte. So if that's something you want to go into, please feel free.
It's mostly.
I'm trying to
mostly,
find my notes. Where are they? Shit. This is
So
the problem that I have.
I could go further down the detective tree or not detective, protector tree.
Mm-hmm.
Are you here?
Oh yeah. Yes,
No,
I
no, no.
am.
I'm talking about myself. I'm sorry. I'm trying to find my
Oh.
notes and I can't find them.
No worries.
Ah.
Hey,
I'm
Gio,
so
let me,
agitated.
I found the carbine that you were talking about.
Yeah, I saw it down there. Thank you.
And here's the stats on it if you need them.
I was going to provide different stats.
Oh, no worries.
Yeah,
I was just gonna
I'll
add
get
it to my
those.
character sheet.
I'll get those to you later.
Nope, no problem.
Bless you. Bless you.
Okay, that's the mid-session info. God damn it! It's like this fucking thing disappeared. Oh, that pisses me off. Ah, great.
Ooh, bah.
Yeah. I don't like it when I can't find the information that I had for ideas and shit, and it's not there anymore, and now I'm agitated.
That's kind of why I want to go back to writing campaigns on paper.
Yeah, that way you have it directly in one place.
Yeah, okay. I can find this information in another location. Just give me a quick second, because I know that me and Javen talked about it very, very briefly. Do. That's one of the things I'm kind of happy about. I at least know that this part of the particular information is here. It's just not where I wanted it to be. Okay. Yeah, it's all right here, and I'm pissed off that it's not where I want it to be. Okay. So, Javen, really quick, just kind of going over what we had talked about.
Yes.
So, the farmer that you're calling Captain.
Yes.
Are you squared away on everything as far as connecting with him, communicating with him? Is there any questions that you have for me as far as the farmer?
Squared away as in like I know how to handle the situation roleplay wise, or like understand what's going on, or like
like understand like what he's like how he's gonna act towards you, the relationship that you guys have.
Oh yeah, no, I'm fully on that.
Okay.
And if I just forget, then I'll just run with it.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Okay. So the next part that I have is for Javen, Kate, and Ed, because you guys have spent 6 months on Lothal with absolutely no communication from the outside world, including the Force Academy.
Well, I mean, not having comms from the Force Academy is a good thing.
I would agree to this.
Now, last thing we knew that we have to go find Pentis, right?
So Tolkria did tell you that Pentis had information on what Luthrain was doing, but at this point, you might as well say, "How do I find him?" and just point to the galaxy map and go, "He's here." It's kind of like saying, can you find a single person in Texas? Good fucking luck.
That's one of the reasons I made a slicer. It should be easier to find information with someone whose cognition is partially digital.
Well, we'll figure that out as we go. But at this point, the reason why you guys have spent 6 months on Lothal, or at least one of the reasons, is because you don't know where Pentos is. You don't know where the fucking plans are. You might as well just be randomly searching star systems for all the luck that you might have there.
All right. Well, if that's the case, then we need to assume that Pentis will find us because we don't know where to start. At least that's kind of what Cider would be thinking.
Yeah. Anyway, that's just another reason why you've stayed on Lothal. Kate, Ed, are you guys available to talk real quick? Still in the middle of something. Got it.
My one regret about the sessions is I wish we had recorded that last session.
Look,
it's not your fault, Q. I don't blame you at all. And
I was
just
sleeping
that
on
it
the
was-
floor.
None of us are I'm not mad about it. I would love to go back and revisit that session because that was some of my favorite role playing with Tolkria. It was just him being an unmitigated asshole.
Well,
a
and
blind, terrible asshole.
the last gift of Tolkria was a gank that can't control his own emotions. Bravo.
I make poor decisions sometimes.
Oh man. Good
Oh,
stretch.
sorry about that,
Good stretch. No, you guys are fine.
I'm trying to pay one of my credit cards, or like my care card for getting that from Banner Surgery, and the app that I'm using to pay keeps crashing as I hit make payment.
Damn it. That sucks. Sorry.
That does suck.
And the payment is due tomorrow. Like,
Yeesh. Well, if you need to focus on that, then focus on that.
well, and it's more of like I'm just trying to do it. I keep hitting. Like, did I fuck up my account? No, I didn't, because I wrote everything down. God fucking damn it!
Is everything crashing on you?
No, it's just the fucking app, and I just downloaded it.
That is really fucking weird.
Is there any way to do it through like a manual computer instead of doing it through the app?
Oh, like logging onto the website, maybe.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, if the app is going to keep crashing on you, fuck the app. Go directly to the source.
Yeah. Okay. Well.
What sound effects did I have on here? Oh yeah.
Oh, that's my shit.
Oh, I also like this one.
That's a good sound.
I don't know how I'm gonna use that in game, but I'm gonna find some reason to play this thing.
I
Of
just
course.
found a cave full of Machops.
Good for you.
It's just a random cave and it's full of Machops.
Also, can you guys get spotted on a Star Destroyer at some point, or like the Force Academy Star Destroyer? I just want to play this sound effect.
Oh, trust
sure.
me. We will have many a time where we fuck up. Gio. We will find
Honestly, though, that could be used for any kind of big ship because all the alarm things sound the same.
Exactly, and that's kind of what I'm thinking too. Also,
Sure.
Cider, I do have this for specifically for anybody who chooses this.
Nice.
Good. Now, please, you download? Did you download that soundboard?
So what I've been doing is through VoiceMod. I've been able to find these small MP3 files, and then uploading the MP3 files into the software. Now through Stream Deck, I have this 3x5, so like 15 buttons that I can press on this little controller that I have here, and whenever I press one, it'll activate a sound. Now, not every button is a sound. Some of them are for the voice changers, like this.
I just press a button, and then my voice immediately gets deeper.
Turn it off, and it does the same thing. I've also got the record buttons for OBS on this system as well. So it's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I also have a timer on here, just in case I tell you guys you have 5 minutes. I can literally look at the timer right here. I don't have to go to like YouTube and bring something up. So my plan, at least my plan for now, is to use this to try to add a little bit of flair to like some of the events. The reason I used the door one so much is just because I wanted to see how it was going to sound on the recording. Like essentially this whole like opening session, while it was an introduction for Cedric's character, it was also so I could get used to the soundboard that I installed. So I'm trying to figure out like the best ways to use it. Exactly.
No, it was absolutely fun to play with and be part of. So I'm happy that my introduction session was also a learning session for some of us, but it turned awesome in my opinion.
I'm glad you enjoyed it, Cedric. I'm truly am. Like I said, it's still going to take some getting used to. I only have, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I've only got like 8 sounds right now. I want to get some more. Yeah, that's true. I've also got the Stormtrooper rifle, which I kind of want to use more. Like this actually sounds like a firefight, and I want to try to figure out how to use it. Oh no, wait, that's not it. Damn it. Oh, I guess I didn't download that one. Oh well. But yeah, I have 2 different blasters. So, kind of working on building this sound library, thinking about what I would need and stuff like that. It gives me something to do.
There you go. That's all it needs to be, man. As long as you're having fun.
I'm glad that you and I, Cedric, figured out how to override the doublespeak that was going on with the Dawoon before. Because
yeah, that actually helped the immersion a lot.
Well, I didn't like the doublespeak. I was like, if there's one thing I personally can't stand, it's fucking doublespeak.
No, I get that, but you fixing that actually helped out because it was like, hey, now I have a Dawoon sound, and it'll be even easier.
Yeah, I loved having the Dawoon voice. That was pretty fun.
That was pretty fun.
How are things going, Kate and Ed?
All right.
Everything good with the bank?
I was able to make a payment.
Okay.
Good.
So I'm going to read through a list of characters. This is characters that are in the village of Lothal. To give you guys a little bit of an idea as to what's been happening over the past 6 months, Cell and Maud, you guys have become official members of the Ravens. Congratulations. Yeah. You've essentially been asked to not only join, but help teach the armed forces of Lothal. They're using the fact that you have experience at all as a reason to put you in teaching positions.
Thank you for seeing my face.
Yeah. Like, we're both just like, all right.
Seems like a bad idea.
It's one of those things where like they're asking me to teach them like, oh, how do you shoot? Because like I probably showed up with a big gun on my back. And I'm
You
like,
showed
"Oh,
up with the E11 on your
shoot."
back.
Yeah, teach us how to shoot. Teach us how to properly do that. And I'm like, yeah, hell fun, huh?
Cool. So it's been, which by the way, you guys are allowed to own property on Lothal in the village. You guys are allowed to marry someone from the village if you choose to. Basically, basically all of the advantages that come with being residents of Lothal, you guys now have access to.
Fun. Yeah, no, Sal would absolutely still stay on the ship.
I mean, that makes sense. That fits the character.
What about Maud? Does Maud take up residence in the village?
Probably not. We're homebodies. We venture out, and then we're like, no, here.
The village. You can live here. Fuck you.
We're standing out there. We took one look at each other. It's like, nah, and just walked back to the ship.
Hospitality of Lothal, and you guys are just like, fuck it.
I would love to see that conversation.
Like,
Whoa.
Sorry, I'm playing
Someone
Arceus.
found a pony top.
Cool.
Jesus. I thought the fucking house was burning.
That shit peaked.
Yes.
Sorry,
Okay.
I just found a pony top.
How long have you been searching for a pony top? Because I got one like the first couple hours I was playing Arceus.
To be fair, I really did not venture around the first area at all.
Jesus, you are missing out.
Yeah, I realized.
The whole point of that game is to see every single corner of the place you're in.
Yep.
Well, I'm doing that now.
Well, I didn't know about it then.
The whole point of the game is this, but I didn't think about that.
Jesus. Okay, moving on. So Kate.
we're not grateful for everything. We're just like,
We're just used to living the way we have been.
No, and again, you are allowed to purchase property on Lothal. You are not obligated to do it.
We purchase a house and just put Boomy in it.
Oh, speaking of which, so okay, I have an idea for Boomy, but I wanted to let Kate and Ed decide if they wanted to do that or not. Because I made the same offer to Joe, and Joe has not gotten back to me about it yet. So I know that Joe wants to be a part. Well, I know that Joe wants to be a part of this campaign, and I want them to be a part of the campaign. The character concept that they have is not easy to implement, especially for someone who's going to be in and out.
You talked about that with me.
It's. Go ahead.
It's really just a matter of figuring out a good way of like working with how you want to do things.
I know. I had an option that I sent to Joe. I hadn't heard anything back. I at least wanted to talk it over with you and Kate, because technically Boomy is your property.
I pissed off the Rapidash.
So my idea was that if Joe wanted to play Boomy, we could upgrade Boomy to not be as calamitous as Boomy normally is.
Well, from what I understand, that's not what he wanted to do.
I had sent this as an option if they're adamant that they want to play the TK or the Tallahassee martial artist, then that's what we'll do. All right, well, that idea goes out the window.
All right. And I don't know if this fits Joe's idea, but would it be easy for them to be like a wandering bounty hunter that kind of encounters us and joins our squad for a minute and then goes off and does their own thing?
Yes and no. The thing is that a Talikasi Master is really like it's very rare, especially in today's world or in the New Balance system.
Yeah.
Mainly because any Force user that is in the mid rim or even in the inner circle would go to or knows about the Force Academy. So
Mm, it
it's
could be we just don't.
Well,
Not that's the thing. It's like there is never 100% with these kinds of things. There's always like sometimes there's just that one person that's like,
yeah, that's true.
and
Like I
to
said,
play off that point, does a Terras Kasi map? Now, I don't know Joe's character concept, but does a Terras Kasi master have to be force sensitive?
well, it's under the warrior career, so
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
yeah. It's not Kira punching the shit out of people. It is literally a force master of martial arts. Imagine my master, yet except that they know the force. Like that is literally what we're dealing with, except way worse.
Terrifying concept. 'Cause
Yeah.
Terras Kasi was, I mean, deep pull from the lore, but wasn't Terras Kasi designed as a martial art to go against Jedi?
Which is why I originally thought that the Steel Hand Adept was not Talis Kasi. I actually thought it was more of what Mace Windu did in the 2003 miniseries.
Yeah.
But apparently I was wrong. So I learned that Talis Kasi actually translates to Steel Hand.
Well, there you go.
I didn't know this, but I know it now.
Now we do.
Yep.
I had genuinely thought that lore-wise, it was devised as a way to fight Jedi for non-Force users.
It was that way in a fighting game. It is not that way now.
Okay. No worries.
Yeah. Trust me, I'm just as confused as you are. Anyway, Kate.
Yeah.
Are you in a position where you can roll some dice?
I can be.
So I talked it over with the group a little bit because I wanted to get everybody's thoughts on this. Do you still want to build the wrench that we talked about?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I am perfectly okay with this. As a matter of fact, I strongly want to see you build it. Does anybody have the weapons crafting table readily available?
Yeah, I can get it in about 15 seconds.
If you can send that to the chat room that we're all under, that would be great.
Yep. 1 second, my friend.
We are specifically looking for melee combat.
Weapon crafting. I'm just going to send you the entire page. You can scroll down and find what you need.
Okay, that's not a problem. Okay. Hey, Joe, how's it going?
I don't think Joe's in the voice chat, but we can definitely bring him in if they're available.
If they want to.
I'll send him the message. How about that?
Wait,
Sure.
Because I'm not really doing anything right now, so
No, he's probably responding while he's at work.
yeah.
Oh, okay.
yeah, I'm gonna send him a text message.
So, Kate, if you look at the webpage that Cedric sent,
Mhm.
there is a thing under there called blunt weapon. That is essentially what you're going to be building, at least to start with.
Okay.
You're going to be doing a mechanics check. As you can see, it's one. In order to build a blunt weapon, it is one purple dice against all of your mechanics check. So
yeah, you're gonna.
Ed.
Give me a second.
here here's where the interesting stuff comes in for me, because I want you to have as much advantages with this as possible. So to start with, it's going to be a two-handed weapon. So
Okay.
it's already going to be I have it here. Two-handed. Increase the weapon's damage by 1 and encumbrance by 2. You have to have 2 hands while you wield this.
Okay.
Now, when you make this roll, you are going to add 6 blue dice to your mechanics check. So whatever your mechanics roll is, plus 6 blue dice against 1 purple.
Okay. 6.
So we got your mechanics. Got it. Against
You
one
said
purple.
1 purple.
So it's just her mechanics with 1 purple.
Her
And
mechanics
5 blue?
just 6 blue
6 blue.
against 1 purple.
You are fine.
All right. Now, this thing is already two-handed, so that's not going to cost you any advantages. On the webpage that's there, if you look under melee integration, you will see some advantages that you can put on your wrench. Anything that costs from 4 to 3 to 2, you can add to your wrench. I would say, however you want to design it, however you want to build it, it is completely up to you. If you want advice, you can ask me or you can ask Javen. Sound good?
Okay.
So have fun with 7 advantages and 1 triumph.
My goodness, that's quite a roll.
Oh, that's really... I wish you had gotten 2 triumphs. That way you could give it the concussive quality. Just cause explosions with it.
That's a fucking frontline fighter.
Yes, it is.
Like I said, just a wrench that explodes on contact sounds amazing.
That's just Thor. We just have Thor at that point.
Yep. Personally, I like the idea of creating a schematic so in case this thing gets broken, she can easily replace it.
Yep.
Oh, thank you.
All right. While you are making that, now we get into some of the story stuff here. Let me back out of here. Pull this up here. Damn it, it didn't save. Little bastard. Okay.
How dare it.
Yeah, no kidding. So, while you guys have been on Lothal for the past 6 months, you've gotten to know quite a bit of the villagers that are in town. If someone would like to I don't want to use the word ownership, but if somebody would like to have a relationship of some kind with this person, please speak up. This is basically just kind of a free-for-all for whoever wants to do this.
I am exempt.
You are exempt. You do not exist on this place. So is Joe. Joe, we'll get to you in a minute. Or we may not, depending on how long we got here.
Still got an hour.
Yeah. The first character is called Anna. She is a raven. She is probably about the same age. Somebody saying something?
No, we're just getting feedback somewhere.
Oh, sorry. She has been a part of the Ravens for a few years, and she has become utterly smitten with at least one of you. She has, however, a promising night sister with a good bow and a particularly quick wit. Would anyone like to acknowledge that somebody has a Night Sister coming after them.
Cider turns them down.
Mod,
Cider has
Cell.
one-
So would probably do nothing more than make it like a fling.
So you are willing to have this person like have some sort of affection towards you.
Not particularly. It's just kind of a distance. Like, sure, you want to come after me, whatever, but
All right, we'll work with that. I'm planning on having her be more of a someone who just kind of jokes around but is clearly has a thing for someone. So if you don't mind, Cell, I'll go ahead and have that person be you if that's okay.
I mean, yeah, it's gonna be 98% unreciprocated.
As with most things are with Cell. The next person is Casper. Casper is a very young man, about 6 years old, who has shown an aptitude for the will, what we call the Force. Though only about 6 years old, they are wise beyond their years. This gives me a reason to not speak like a 6-year-old every day. But happens to be very shy around the sisters, specifically the Ravens. Thinks they're absolutely the coolest thing on the planet. There's nothing cooler than a Raven in this person's mind. But they are still kind of shy around someone who is, known for combat. Does anyone want to lay claim?
What, to have like a little brother?
Kind of like a little brother. It's more along the lines that they just think that the Ravens are so cool. Now, Cider is not a Raven, but Cell and Maud, even if they're technically, they are a part of the Ravens. So this person would think you're just the coolest thing ever.
Oh shit!
So that's a no from Cell.
No, that's a Pokemon got away sound.
Yeah.
I'm teasing. I apologize. I was not trying to be serious.
Why do I get the feeling that Cell around children is just like, get it away?
Yeah, it is definitely gonna be more like yeah. Nah, well, see, she's got a soft spot for street urchins though. But so does he have a family?
He does have a family, but he doesn't spend a lot of time with them.
No. He's got
Whoa. What are you doing? Cell fucking Batman? Like. Hey, kid, are you an orphan? No.
No? Then fuck off.
What a
Mod.
bastard. Oh, you're happy? No. Fuck you. I don't want anything to do with you.
Hey,
Actually, sadly, that tracks. Huntress.
Yeah, no kidding. Maud, do you want to take this little brother on?
Cider is my little brother.
Okay.
I have adopted Cider. I'm not adopting any more
Oh.
children.
Now, how old are Cell and Mod?
We don't know.
Oh,
We
shit, I
don't
never wrote
know. Yeah.
Maybe not.
I never wrote it down.
Never
Let me
wrote it
see.
down. I was guessing like late 20s, early 30s.
Hold on. Let me see.
Am I the only person who recorded an age for their character both times?
No.
Thank goodness. How old is Cider, if you don't mind my asking, Jabin?
Cider turned 22 in the 6 months that we were on Lothal.
Happy belated, Cider.
Thank you. He's growing up.
Yes, he is.
I don't think I.
Now he doesn't have a crazy bug man sticking over his shoulder.
It's true. He has to. He actually has to teach.
Well, like, because we grew up together, so our age has to be somewhat similar.
Let's be real. Cider is probably a better teacher than Tolkria.
Well,
That's going to be between Kate and Javen to find out.
What?
combat
Tolkria's
teacher,
method
sure,
was-
but
Tolkria's method was literally, here's some shit, go figure it out.
While I study the important stuff.
It wasn't even the important stuff, it was just what interested him.
Yeah.
And if you came to him with something that interested you, he would learn about it, he would tell you about it, and then he would fuck back off right to his shit.
Yeah. That sounds about right.
I don't believe in me.
He was an unfortunately self-centered character. It was his flaw.
What I was saying is, I agree around that age.
Okay, but we need to actually figure out a number. 29, 30.
What do you want? What do you want?
You could roll a d20 and a d6. Oh, no, wait. Roll a d20 and a d10.
roll a d20, a d10, and then add like 5 to it.
Because we don't want a 7-year-old.
We do not.
Rolls a 1, and then adds 5. I'm 7 years old.
Technically, you're about the same age as Casper.
You're just really mature for your age.
I'm going to say
Hey
20.
Joe, welcome back.
What was it? D20, D10, and then add 5.
Yes.
What did we
Like,
get?
a 45-year-old character.
No.
What did we get? What did we get?
5 is 13.
13?
Banner.
Fucking how? No, I'm afraid we can't, Joe.
Oh.
Hello.
There we
Now-
go.
Hello.
Party, man.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Nothing much. Just kind of chilling, talking about some stuff for session 0, kind of ish.
Production, so I have to mute myself, or you guys are going to oven the whole time, but I'm listening.
Not a problem.
Not a worry, man. We appreciate you being here regardless.
Double it.
Theo, if you didn't mind,
Okay, okay. Cacklers, you have to share us in on the joke.
She
Jesus
got
Christ.
it too.
Oh my god.
You
This
are
was
not 10.
This was a
Okay.
terrible idea.
We're solving this now. We're solving this now. Cell is 27 and Maudie is 30.
Okay.
How's that sit with y'all?
Because I feel like Sal would be older.
I would agree. Switch them
Fine,
up.
You can reverse it.
Yeah,
right?
reverse it.
I just throw out numbers.
Okay. Sell. You know what? Sell again. Just like Cider. I don't know what point in the 6 months Cider you aged up, but like not too far off because
Yeah. So your birthday, Cider's birthday came first, and then Maud's came like 3 to 4 months after.
How stupid
Stop.
would it be if Cell and Cider had the same birthday?
very
Oh, that would be
stupid
silly.
not doing that.
Yep.
All right.
I feel like 2 months later.
Yeah.
After
I officially have. I mean, I already decided on the star's age, but damn.
27.
Wait,
They're
what?
all similar.
Oh no, you said you were 27,
Yeah, I know,
and then you
that's
just rolled a 27 after you added
Another D20.
another d20.
Yeah.
2d20. Oh my goodness.
Okay.
So Cell
So
is 30, Maud is 27, Cider's 22.
We don't know how old Cider
Tara is.
Tara's 31.
Tara's 31.
Hmm.
All right.
I actually had that decided like when I made the character that she was around my mental age. So,
Right.
Yeah, I'm starting to play those types of characters now instead of being in their 20s. Just like, ugh.
I mean, there's something to be said for playing a character in their 20s. I mean, but I already have Adrian.
Fair.
All right. The next character is Kaval. Another Night Sister. This one would have a relationship of some kind with both Cell and Maud, and Cider to a certain degree, in the fact that she is the next mother of the Ravens. Currently, she is the second in command and the direct supervisor of Maud and Cell. You guys are teachers or help teach the Ravens, but you still report to someone. While not showing much kindness to her, it is a known fact that she is careful in her orders and never places anyone in danger that she herself would not go to do. Now, for Cell and Maud, this character, Kaval, is very, very strict and not a lot of fun to be around. And if anything, you guys probably make fun of her behind your back, or behind her back. But despite all that, you probably understand she's just doing her job. She's just trying to be a good leader. Beyond that, she's just kind of doing everything that she can. And lastly on the list is Pong Tong. This is a Tidarian. Yeah. This is a traveling merchant, one that has their own spaceship. And basically, if you need it, he can find it for a fee.
Oh,
Now,
I feel like I'm gonna like this guy.
this particular person is very well known in the village. Any kind of technology that the village needs, or more specifically, Cell and Maud would need, this character can get it, steal it, acquire it in some way, shape, or form. You're not probably going to like the condition that it's in, and he's probably going to charge double for it. But you at least know that he can get it.
Maud can fix it.
That's fine. You still owe me 400 credits.
Yeah, put it on my tab.
No tab. You pay now.
You know what? Yeah, you probably even can't get it. Probably can't get it.
Little bastard. Fine. I will go get it. I'll see you in a week.
Go.
I take it that Cell wants to work with this guy a little bit.
Oh, yes.
Awesome. All right, so those are the main characters that are going to be introduced at the beginning of the session, along with Mother Cruz and Father Odin. Or, no, what was his name? Shit. Now I got to remember the name of the character. It wasn't Odin. I don't know why I said Odin. Give me a minute. I got to remember what I named this character. I have Cad Bane in here, of all people.
Yeah, I know exactly why you have Cad Bane in there.
It was not because... Oh, I did name him Odin. My god, why did I name him Odin?
All father.
Father of the Ravens, my dude.
So the mother is Neela Crusoe and the father is Odin Yuki. I do not... Jesus Christ. I really did that on O's.
Naming schemes, dude.
I know.
It's just a name. It's just
All right. So you still have those guys that you can go to for advice or for anything along that line. Let's get to some other stuff. Cell.
Mm-hmm.
What would you have been doing for the past 6 months?
Dicking off.
All right.
Dicking off?
Yeah, like Cell has got some leisure time.
Probably the first break that Cell's ever had.
No, her life is pretty much just a big she's not a lot about the effort. She's more about like, how can I do these things with the least. Like I'll do it, but once. Let me put it this way: when there's things to be done, she gets serious. But if she has off time, which she quite often tries to make sure she has off time, she's not doing anything.
Maximum pay, minimum effort.
Pretty much.
Cool. Awesome. So, besides working with the Ravens, doing some teaching as far as how to shoot, even though
Like,
you yourself do not how to shoot.
Don't get me wrong. If there's stuff that needs to be taught to the Ravens, she takes it seriously.
Yeah.
She like goes in there is like, all right, let's just figure out how I don't know how a gun works. I can teach you how to pilot if anyone wants to fly a ship.
3 of the Ravens raise their hands.
All right, you 3 come with me. We're gonna fly a ship.
One of them's Anna, and she
Taking
just.
rental. You're not taking my ship.
Wait. Hold on. Maud, say that again one more time.
I said you better be getting them a rental. You're not teaching them how to drive in my ship.
5 seconds later. Cell just ignores it, just gets on the ship anyway and flies away.
And no one is shocked.
Cell leaves to go get food, finds out the ship's keys have been changed.
She absolutely would.
The locks on the door.
The code to the loading ramp just like dit. Wasn't it? Oh, come on.
Okay, we'll have time to RP that during the actual first session. This is great. Let's move on to Maud really quick. Hey, Maud.
Yes.
How is the wrench looking?
So, you said it was two-handed, right?
Yes, it has that quality. You don't have to spend advantages to get that.
Yes. But can I make a lightweight two-handed?
Sure. Kate,
Okay.
build it however you want.
I wanted to make sure you would let me do that before I was like, I'm gonna make this light-handed and then
Like I said, in my opinion, Kate, go fucking nuts. Like, just
okay.
If you want to make an exploding wrench, if you want to make a wrench that has concussive, where you literally tap people on the head and the head explodes, do it. I don't care. Have fun.
Okay.
While you're doing that, except for besides working on the wrench, would you have been trying to develop your force powers? How would you have been taking your work with the Knights, with the Ravens? What else would you have been doing in the 6 months?
I would definitely try to spend more time, maybe with Cider, just kind of meditating and trying to I feel like because Maud is mechanic tinker, that she sits with it for a little bit and then just tries random shit to see what works.
So you and Cider would definitely kind of go off doing your own kind of training in the force, right?
Yeah.
Perfect. Obviously, you can spend your EXP in whatever force skill you want. As a reminder to the force users in the party, you do have 2 holocrons. One has Seek, and the other one has Move. Which means as long as you are carrying those holocrons on your person, it can even be in your backpack, you have access to the basic move or to the basic power of either Seek or Move. Keep that in mind.
Okay.
Holocron.
Holograms are broken, actually. You can program.
They are.
You can program them to have them force powers, and the force users don't even have to spend XP to get the basic power.
Which is awesome, but I honestly had legit forgotten Tolkria left behind his holocron.
It wasn't really your holocron. It was one that you kind of asked Brother Talzin to make, which is another point. Everyone except for Tara still has access to the Force Realm, where Mother Talzin is still exists.
Question:
Yes.
Does Tolkria exist there?
No.
Cool.
You fucked off in Valhalla speaking to the other Jedi. You're not sitting at the table with Mother Talzin.
Totally fine. I just was like, if this is an opportunity to bring Tolkria back, this will be hilarious. No, I get it.
Yeah, you're not there. You're off having dinner with Luke Skywalker and Ahsoka Tano and the rest of them.
You know, I'm about that.
Javen.
Yeah.
Your bike.
Yes.
I am going to give you the same mechanics check with the same amount of blues.
Ah. Okay. Give me 1 second. I have to pause. Call out.
If you want to do it later, Javen, you absolutely can.
No, I'm fine with doing it now. Give me a second.
What does the knockdown quality do?
Knockdown. It gives you
Drops a person prone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see. All right. Go in here. Going into the New Balance thing. Sign in with the. Did I sign with? It's been a while since we've used this dice roll. Did I sign with Facebook or Google? Do you guys remember?
I
Facebook?
would not have the slightest idea.
Yeah.
For RPG sessions?
I've been using Google just to keep
It's
things
it's Facebook. I used Facebook.
I use Google, but hey.
And now it knows all of my social information. That's good.
Let's see. Crafting. Vehicle and starship.
It's a good idea. Geo, are you hurricane prepped?
Yes and no.
Shit.
Yeah, that's kinda where we are, too.
Honestly, we're not really that concerned, at least not yet. It's not even a fucking storm. It's a depression right now.
It's on track to hit as a 4, but it's not even on track to hit Florida 100%.
Exactly.
Like,
Until I get more definitive information, I'm not freaking out.
Which
That's about where I am too.
Depending on how things go, I think our building is for the most part rated fine.
The only thing I'm worried about is the trees outside my window.
True.
And porch. Question for the class. Vicious quality versus stun quality.
Okay, so do you want like the specifics, or are you asking like the adventuring party what would be better?
Specifics, please.
So specifics, stun is going to deal damage to strain instead of wound, and stun cannot kill. Whereas vicious, each point of vicious it has on it, it'll add +10 to any critical injury you inflict.
Okay.
So essentially, in asking that question, you're choosing between non-lethal and lethal damage.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep. I might be high, but this brain's still good for something.
It's always been good for something, Javen. We know that.
You having fun over there?
This gummy was a lot stronger than I thought it was. I have been zooted for the last 5 to 6 hours.
Oh boy.
Jesus.
I am cooking over here, lads. It's an adventure.
They sure haven't.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gio, you said gosh, I need to get water. You said that it's the same difficulty roll.
Actually, it's going to be it's going to be 2 purple. I'm looking at it right now.
Yes.
And that's
Yeah,
just
me
for
too.
that's just for the framework. Basically,
Yep.
I'm gonna let you go ahead and complete your bike as much as you want. Obviously, you know, where things are allowed, things are allowed. Where things are not, things are not. But I'm giving you the same 6 blue dice that I gave to Kate. So that way you can have a little bit more fun customizing the frame, customizing the engine, all that good jazz. So build your personal bike within those frameworks.
Okay,
I
next
gotcha.
question for the pass.
Yep.
Am I better off with the defensive quality or the deflection quality?
Do you want my personal opinion?
Yes, please.
Are you looking at being an up, like a frontline fighter, like me, or are you looking at sort of like defensive? I guess like what's your fighting style gonna be like?
Probably more defensive for the sole fact that Maud had been like hiding behind everything up until this point.
Gotcha. Hey, Gio, I think I already spent my XP without realizing it.
Oh, okay.
Don't know what I
should
put it in though.
UCF1!
Yes.
UCF1?
Yep.
UCF1.
Well, mom and dad are
27%.
happy.
We're happy. All right, let's see.
Sports ball.
Sports ball.
Don't dish sports ball. It's simple.
Oh, I found why. Yeah, okay.
David,
Yeah,
you never
okay, so-
answered my question.
Oh, sorry, I'm getting distracted.
That's valid, and I understand why.
Yeah, sorry, I'm opening Windows to look at Cider's stuff. Sorry, can you repeat your question?
Defensive versus deflection.
Okay, so deflection is gonna give a defense for ranged, and defensive is gonna give a defense for melee. So any incoming attacks on you, like if I was going to like shoot you, I would add a black. But if I for deflection, and then for defensive, any kind of melee incoming attack will get a black against it.
Okay.
So it's honestly kind of like, again, kind of like with vicious and stun. It's both kind of like, do you want more range defense or do you want more physical defense?
Okay. Cool. Thank you. That gives me something to think on for a moment.
Flavor wise, how I would flavor that is the wrench either becomes like lighter, so you can kind of deflect melee stuff with it, or it becomes wider, so you can deflect bolts with it.
Okay.
Depending on what you want to do, Kate, what is, and please, if you don't have an answer for this, don't try to get one, but do you want to be the party shield, or do you just want to be up in people's faces?
Okay, so
Yet
if that's
to
the
be
case,
determined.
okay,
I
so it's-
said, I need to put more thought into that at the moment.
Because if you just want to be up in people's faces, then I would say defensive. But if you want to be more of like a shield person, then I would say deflective, because ranged attacks are gonna target you. But if you're just looking to like tussle with people, defensive might be better.
Okay.
So that might be a decide in a later date if you can modify it.
Yeah.
Okay, so Gio, you said 6 blue.
Yes. So, because I wanted to give some kind of idea that you've been working on it for 6 months.
Yeah.
So 1 blue for each month.
Might I enact my character ability that whenever I'm near Maud, my mechanics check is I gain a rank in it.
Yeah, sure. I'm guessing Maud would probably. Well, I'll ask Maud. Maud, would you help? Absolutely.
If Cider wants help with it, like she's helping.
There you go.
I
Cool.
don't think I actually ever spent my XP.
All right, here we go. How do I roll on it? There we go. I don't think I add anything else to that. I think it's pretty. Right, okay, check is that.
I thought I spent my XP, but apparently not.
Okay. Got all my dice together. Hiya. Beautiful.
So, for the sake of argument, Javen, any successes
Yeah.
except for 1, I'll say that you can convert 2 to an advantage, or how would you do that? Because 3 is not a whole lot to do with the frame.
Mhm.
So what would you think is fair? Because just giving you 10 advantages is a little crazy, but if that's what you want to do, that's what you want to do.
I would say, let's see. Maybe, let's see, what all can triumphs do?
Triumphs can basically do anything.
Maybe turn 3 successes into
Well, I mean, I was gonna say that, or well, it depends on how generous. I would say let the successes be turned, like maybe like I can spend 4 of them for a triumph and then 3 for like another advantage, or what are successes worth to you as the DM?
You know what? How about we go with this? Because I like what Cedric said. You can spend 3 successes to use as a triumph. So in
Okay.
total,
So-
you can gain 2 triumphs out of that.
2
I think
triumphs,
that's
3
fair.
advantages.
I think that's fair.
Triumphs and 3.
Well, that leaves him 3 advantages, and there are some things that use 2 triumphs on the crafting table.
Exactly. So you can basically access anything on the board.
So this is also just me making the frame. I still have a bunch of other shit I need to craft for the thing too.
Exactly, which is why I'm not
I
gonna
have
be
to,
too.
I have to get, yeah, I have to make an engine. I have to make a there's other things I need to make. with it.
Just so that everybody
So
is.
if
Just so that everybody's aware, I wanted to pull up what the storm, what Wesh 2 News is saying. It's looking like by the time it hits Tampa, but then again, it looks like it's going to go up through the. They have the center of it going up through Jacksonville. It's going to be a Cat 2. I ain't scared shit of a Cat 2.
Yeah, but
We're gonna get
So
some rain.
yeah, it'll probably knock the power out. I don't have a problem with that. I have most of my stuff mobile now. If anything, I'm hoping that it happens while I'm at work, because then I'm going to take a work bag with me and get storm pay and hazard pay and get paid to sleep in a building for 24 hours.
there you go.
There you go.
because my work is non-essential, I don't have to go to work if the hurricane hits, and they'll pay me for it.
There you go.
Oh, speaking of which, yeah, hang on.
How I go. I either have 2 more or 1 more point. I just.
When you're done making it, Kate, please send me the finished results if you don't mind.
Yeah,
I was
I'm.
saying, I was about to share some good news with y'all.
Go ahead.
Yes.
At least for me, I have good news for me that I would like to share. For whatever reason, well, it's not really for whatever reason. So at my job, we've been very understaffed for a long time since COVID, and
Yeah.
in that time, Grant sometimes gives bonuses, or like people can go home early for a week, things like that. Because of this new bonus that Grant is giving to all of the employees, I am a full-time employee, so I will be getting $1,000, and I commute to work every day, so I'll be getting $500.
Hey, $1,500 bonus. Congrats, Javen.
So,
Damn.
$1,500 bonus simply for working.
Nice.
That would pay a month of our rent.
Yeah, that really would.
We love to see it. Good fucking job.
Damn straight.
It's
Congratulations.
super cool. I'm really excited about it.
You fucking should be. Good job, man.
All right.
Thanks.
While everybody is focused on their things, I do have one more question before we finish up today because we're running up to the last 30 minutes here. I asked this question at the mid session 0, and I want to ask it again so that way I understand where everybody's at. And I'm going to go in the order that we went last time, but this time I'm going to keep everybody in the room because this doesn't need to be a private conversation. I'm also going to ask this question now, and then I'm going to say the order that I'd like to hear from them in. So that way everybody has some time to think about what they want to do. The questions that I'm going to ask is, what would you like, as far as your characters go, what would you like your character to do socially, combat-wise, and on the starship? And is there anything that I can do as a DM to help those situations further? So this is the exact same questions that I asked at the mid session 0, and I think it helped a lot in developing the game a lot better, and it also gave me an idea as to where everyone is. So I'm gonna start with Ed because that's who I started with last time. Hi, Ed.
Hi.
What would you like to do roleplay wise, like in a social encounter? I think last time we spoke you had said that Cell is the talker.
She's the one that comes up to talk first, and she's honestly just keeps things fairly real. Like, she's not that suave, like, fancy talker. She's just like, look, I know, we both know that this thing's a piece of crap. I'm not willing to pay any more than, like, it's just she knows what to say. But as far as being the face, she's not 100% about it, but she does what she has to. Because that's honestly how she does things. It's like, do I have to do it? Okay.
So essentially for Maud, essentially for Cell, it has a lot more to do with if nobody else is going to do it, I'll take care of it. And it's pretty apparent you guys can't even do this shit without me, kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very, very egotistical of Cell. I kind of like it.
Not in the sense of an ego. No, it's more of a sense of like, does it need doing? Okay, I'll do it.
So what?
Not like I'm the one that needs to do it. It's just, is it need doing? I'll do it.
Okay. So combat wise,
she's the range.
we had talked a little bit about you also taking some medical stuff. Are you still looking to do that?
Nothing more than like putting a few ranks into medicine. I wasn't gonna buy another tree because I've got 2 trees already.
Yeah.
Like I said, I've already got 1 rank in medicine, and it's a career skill. So I was gonna use. I found out that I didn't spend my 100 XP. But yeah, I'm just gonna put a couple ranks in medicine, and that's gonna be it. So it's just a basic. Oh, you scraped yourself while working. Here's a nice little gauze for you.
Essentially, like, I can tell you how to keep that clean, kind of thing. Not first aid doctor, but more like, look, keep a good bandage on it, you'll be fine.
Yeah, kind of stuff that I learned to keep safe on the streets.
Maud is too, or not Maud. Damn it, I keep doing that. Cell is too cool for school.
Cell never had the opportunity to be like that. She just.
Cell just is.
Yeah. Cell just is.
Cell just is. Awesome. And obviously for Starship, you are flying.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong. The other thing about combat is, like, she's ranged if she's out of the ship, but if she's in her ship, like, she is fully willing to be like, hey, can I fly this ship into this encounter? I'm gonna aim my guns at you, bitch.
Hey, there you go. Um, so when you're talking about range, are you using the E11 or are you sticking with your pistols?
Yes, I've got both. Like
Okay.
if there's some surprise encounters, I got my pistols. If I can set up, I'm using the range.
Awesome. All right. Is there anything I can do to help facilitate, or is there anything I can do to help with your character? Anything you need to tell me up front?
Um, no, she's just there to keep everyone else alive. Honestly,
There to do a job, even though I'm not getting paid for it. Kind of sucks.
eh, I've learned to like these people.
I've learned to tolerate them.
Mhm.
Alrighty then. Maud,
Yes.
same three questions. What were you looking to do in social encounters, if anything at all?
Um, Social encounters. I'm gonna say with gaining the force, I think she's gonna gaining her force sensitivity. She's probably going to be a little bit more, a, a little less flowery, if you will. Um, like not fully going out of the way to make conversations, but if she doesn't agree or has important input, she's starting to speak her mind more.
So using not necessarily force manipulation, but maybe like force sense
And
in
just
circumstances.
yeah, it's just more of like she's got more confidence now.
Okay. Definitely not the mechanic that we knew at the beginning of the game. Definitely someone who's, trying to come into their own, definitely learned a little bit from the cave, that sort of thing.
Yeah.
All right. Um, let's move on to combat. I know you're making your wrench right now, and you have all the options available to you.
Yeah.
Have you come to our the situation that Cedric said earlier was basically are you planning on being a shield or an attacker?
Yeah.
I would argue you don't have to choose between one or the other.
Well,
It can
and
be
the
just as simple.
reason that I'm like part of the reason that I asked is because if what I would really like to do, I mean, I shouldn't be bitching because I got so many advantages on that roll.
Yeah.
Um, but I was thinking, I was like, oh, I would like to have both defense and deflect, but I understand I mean, I could. There's probably a way that I could possibly do both. It's got my paper right now because they are writing on the back of it. Hold on.
Modular.
Hold on. That's 3. That's 6. Oh, but then I would lose. Okay, because I grabbed the stun quality, and so I would have to give up the stun quality for that.
I don't think that's a bad trade. In all honesty, it's a fucking combat wrench.
Well, and that's the thing. I'm like, I don't think I'd fully hurt doing that, especially with my triumph. I chose the accurate quality.
That's a good one. Gives you a blue. Just for rolling it. I love it.
So
Okay, like I said, we've at least got frontline fighter down. On the starship.
ship is my baby. I do all the things with my baby.
I okay, all the things. Does that mean that you're gonna kick Cell out of the chair and try to fly it yourself?
No, not flying. I'm like,
I have the cockpit. She has the rest of the ship.
yeah, you have the cockpit until you take students learning how to fly with the ship. Get a fucking rental.
We are gonna roleplay this out in the first session. I'm just letting you know.
Valid.
Because I want to see you two tear each other's ass a new one. It'll be great.
But just like making sure that everything's in tip-top shape. If she can kind of,
Are you
working
gonna
on upgrades if and when she can.
Are you gonna be shooting? Are you gonna be using gunnery at all?
I don't think I got any gunnery. Oh, help! Did I get any gunnery for?
You got 2 ranks of it.
Oh, I guess yes.
Okay. So
I
if the
forgot.
ship
It's been
if the
so
ship
long.
gets it's been a while. It's been almost the mid session 0 was 9 months ago. So it was still 2021 when we last played this game. So definitely firing, definitely helping take care of the ship. Last question. Is there anything I can do to help you realize your character? Any specific encounter ideas? Any advice for me? Is there anything that you want to tell me for your character?
Excuse me, God. I don't think so. I think we've got everything kind of down to where I want her to be. So.
Banner. Oh.
Jesus, Banner.
Okay. Moving on to Cedric.
Hi.
Hi, Cedric. So I know that you're just getting used to your character, and that was kind of the point of the intro. But do you have any idea what you want to do as far as social encounters?
Yes. Tara is the pretty shiny thing that gets other people's attention while other people do the important shit.
Distraction.
That is her goal.
Okay. Deception is a fun skill. And combat-wise.
Combat-wise, it depends on what she's doing. Mostly she's going to try and find cover and lay down cover. But if she's facing inorganics, she's going to shut them the fuck down. She's going to hack them and either make them work for her, or she's going to make them shut down so they can't hurt anyone else.
Right. Cool. I like it. When you get to the new ship, or on your old ship, what are you going to be doing on the ship?
Either for non-combat encounters, she's definitely going to be a navigator, because she's an intellectual person. She can help Cell at least chart a course, but when it comes to combat encounters, her job is to disable the enemy ship. She can't really do anything. I don't know how slicing works on ships that are... I generally don't know how slicing works in space combat, but I know slicers have advantages to space combat where they can disable shields and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be her role, is basically networking and trying to find the weaknesses so she can either point them out to other people or exploit them herself.
So debuff, essentially.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Last thing. I know that you and I are kind of new to slicing computers as far as Star Wars and stuff like that. So you and I will probably have to get together and figure out what's the best way to help realize what you're doing as far as a slicer. Beyond that, is there anything else that I can do to help your character, help come up with, help you realize your character, any encounters that you want to see?
I think the biggest thing for Tara is just going to be having ways to keep her network going. So any juicy little tidbits you can come up with that she can either feed her network or get fed by her network, that she can either give to other characters or she can keep to herself and exploit. I think that's going to be a lot of fun. I don't want her to be a secret keeper, but I definitely want her to be kind of like the spider at the center of the web. When something tickles it a couple planets away, she knows about it, and she can figure out how to make it work best for her.
Okay, cool. Last but certainly not least, Javen.
When he's ready.
Did Javen die on me?
No.
Ah.
He's not dead. He's just distracted.
I just realized that Joe has his camera on.
Oh, does he?
He's had it on.
I'm sorry, Joe.
Hola.
I don't
Okay,
know what I
yes.
saw there. I'm sorry.
I was walking around my house and putting stuff away. Okay. What's up? I'm here.
I'm just gonna ask you 3 simple questions, and then we're pretty much gonna be done for the day.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's 4, but whatever. So first question. Hi, Joe. I see you. Anyway, so what are you looking to do for social encounters?
Oh, it's these questions. Yeah, I actually, while you guys are talking, I wrote down a little list for myself.
Yay.
Socially, I wrote down 3 things, in this order. I said chorin, reconnecting with the community, and romancing the lady.
Yes.
Damn straight.
The 3 things any good country boy needs to do.
Yeah, the Forge Master is going to get a very unexpected call at the very beginning of this.
Yes.
That's going to be amazing. I look forward to this.
It'll be pretty good.
Combat wise, I wrote down further develop fighting style. So that's when my disorient stuff comes in. That's when just to give you a little update on the trees that I bought into. I didn't buy any further into Protector, but I did buy further into the Jedi Outcast.
Yes.
I got a rank in Reflect. I increased my Force rating by 1, and I got the Disorient skill. I also have written down combat-wise to deepen connection with to the Living Force, which is the Force rating 3. I also bought the Sense ability. So that's my 3rd Force ability so far. I can now Force Sleep with Enhance. So essentially just like everything physical the Force has been manifesting inside her. And work on battle formations with the crew. So this would entail things like I see that Maud is getting more to like a front and forward fighter. I basically just go through battle formations that way. We're more coordinated when shit hits the fan.
Okay. And by the way, I'll just go ahead and say this to Kate and Javen. If you guys want to talk individually about the training that you guys have done for the past 6 months and just give me cliff notes or anything along that line, please go right ahead and do so. I am perfectly okay if that's what you want to do. The only thing that I ask is that I just know the details of what you've been practicing, just so that way I'm not in the dark. However you guys want to handle that, if you guys want to handle that at all, it is completely up to you. Please go have fun.
That's good.
All right.
For the starship, there's a couple of things. One of which, yes, Gio, I did build the frame, but I still have the engine. I still have other things I need to build.
Javen,
How do you want to go about this?
I'm going to give you the exact same dice rolls each time. I'm basically just going to let you have fun building this however you want to.
Okay.
Just give me the finished result whenever you're ready.
You got it.
So, yeah, have fun with that.
Okay. Same roll every time. I will run it I'll do them all in the actual dice roller so you can see whenever you want.
Absolutely.
I've
Like
done.
like I said, just give me the finished result. I trust you to manage yourself in that regard.
Fucking word. Okay. So I had that. I had this is more like just a pitch of an idea that I would pitch to sell in mod. I have work on a quotations quick drop system for my speeder. So if needs be, they can fly low to the ground and then just eject me out of them, and I can just go ground side. Because I'm much better on the ground and actually in the fight as opposed to being in the ship. Learn how to properly pilot the speeder. Pack up any belongings that Tolkria had in our room and figure out what to do with them, if anything.
That can definitely be handled in the first session if you want.
For sure.
Yeah.
As far as my role on the ship, honestly, Cider's just gonna follow the lead of the people who actually own the ship and do his best.
All right, cool. All right. So past that, couple more things before we wrap up for the evening. Honestly, this is it for session 0. We actually got through everything that I needed to. Everything is pretty much golden until we actually play. So as long as everybody's okay and has all their character stuff ready, we can go ahead and start playing on Monday.
What about it?
That? I really want to play Tara more. I'm enjoying this character.
Now, granted, if you don't have your characters ready, we don't have to start. I'm not giving anybody a timeline just yet. We were originally going to have the original first session next Monday, and if I, jump the gun too high, I understand that. Take your time. I'm just saying if everybody has their character sheets and everything ready, we can go ahead and get started this coming Monday.
I'm fine with that.
Cool.
If I have any other questions though, I'll I reach out.
Absolutely. And just so everyone's aware, this is specifically for the people who are currently on Lothal. When we show up at the session 0, or not the session 0, the first session, basically the first session is going to be catching up with our main trio who survived the ordeal. And the village is going to be preparing for the founding festival. That is correct. The village was founded on a very specific day, and the village is here to celebrate that very specific day, and everybody's getting ready for it. The ravens, the regular villagers, the patriarch and the matriarch, everyone's having a good time, and everyone's making plans for the Founders Festival. So we will not be getting to the Founders Festival in the first session. I'm just letting everybody know everyone is planning for the Founders Festival. If everything goes according to plan the way that I see it in my head, Cedric, you will sit out for the first session. You're more than welcome to listen in, but your character will probably be coming in at the very tail end of that session. And then
just in case you need to do an epilogue.
Absolutely. And the second session will be getting into the boss of the week. I will not explain any further past that. So, does anybody have any questions, comments, concerns for me before we wrap up tonight?
Nope.
No, dude. I just ask that you post the session we had, because I wouldn't mind listening to it again, and I think it was a really good time.
I agree. I'm interested to hear how the soundboarding and all that kind of stuff went.
I am super proud of the web we've created, and I'm really excited to bring this character. I can't wait to see what Joe brings to the table, and I can't wait to start playing Star Wars again. I love everything about this.
That is right. Joe, I'm getting ready to head to dinner. Yeah, I can hear you, brother.
Okay.
I'm getting ready to head to dinner here before too long, and I'm sorry that we didn't really get to anything that you did. But
Fine.
when you and I have a chance to actually sit down and talk voice to voice, we'll go over the specifics of your character. We'll try to figure something out. as far as how to integrate your character who can jump in and jump out regularly.
Kate and Eddie and I were talking about that, and the thought process was possibly if the ship ends up getting a Bacta tank, if she gets fucked up enough regularly, she's just suspended in the Bacta tank. But that's again, that's something we can sit down and
Actually,
talk
that's not a terrible idea. That's kind of an interesting one. I like that.
And I'm
it's
fully
basically in my mind, it's like, okay, we have to wake her up. And it's like, you really want to? Like, yeah, we have to wake her up. We need her this.
Okay.
So,
Yeah, like I said.
Debilitating illness is the thing.
Alrighty then. Okay, guys, that's pretty much it for this evening. Yeah, as long as we're all good, and I'll text everybody on Monday to see where everybody's at. We'll go ahead and have the first session on Monday. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end the recording.